I wanted to be a researcher because my lecturer from my bachelor's degree had put this idea in my head, and I also like really loved it. I got interested after my thesis at my bachelor's level. So I started saying this thing like I was going to be a researcher. I wrote it down. It has changed my plans from the very beginning because earlier I had wanted to be like a nutritionist, a dietitian, and when I was in high school, and then all of these things started changing. So now after I wanted to be a researcher because like so I changed the plan. Remember, the plan can be changed. You can't just stick to something because you've written it down and now you cannot do anything, but you can change, be flexible. And so I wanted to do this. I wrote it down as usual, as is my practice, and I started like talking about it. I started imagining what I wanted to do, how I wanted to look like in my office. I started imagining all of these things, even though I knew I was nowhere close to this because I had learned, I had studied to being a teacher of home economics. That was one of my studies, basically bachelor's of education in home economics. So I had no idea how this change is going to happen for me to be a researcher. But I already started like imagining what it would look like, me coming to the office, opening my laptop, I had it all pictured in my head. Cha, you have no idea. Fast forward, after I went for my national service, I I think that's another story for another day, right? I got connected to someone because I was volunteering. Through this person, I got another opportunity. I got connected. One thing led to the other. I started, I came into this, my organization as, as an intern. And then coming in there, it was just to be an intern. There was nothing about being a researcher. But then my boss made it a habit. She was interested in our personal growth and development. So I kept saying, researcher this, researcher that, yada, yada. By the time I realized, I was given the role of a researcher, which was it was a new role that was created for me in the company because it was a young company. So there were like very few workers. And even though there wasn't like a direct thing, as a researcher, that role was created for me.